You know, I don't understand how I can tell you that I'm an American national and you can hold me in a county jail under bond, especially today when I was arrested on a larceny under $200. Somebody changed case prefixes and the warrant got dropped to a misdemeanor. And now you're still going to illegally hold me in a county jail under bond?
All right, Mr. Peltola, I'm not going to argue with you. You're a sovereign citizen.
Wow, the first 15 seconds of your hearing and the judge is already calling you out for being a SovCit. It's not looking good for you, bud. Good morning, folks. Wrangler here. And today we're going to look at a sovereign citizen who, as you can tell just from the start of this hearing, is not going to get what he wants in this courtroom today. I want to thank all of our subscribers and all of our channel members. Without you guys, we definitely wouldn't be able to do this. I hope everybody has a fantastic hump day.
Has been noted for the record. In regard to the matter, you are under the order of the court. You're under the jurisdiction of the court. I decline to follow what you're...
And I at least have you admit that in the court of law that you guys illegally kidnapped me again with a larceny through John Rod D. Clark, Norway Police Department. Can I just have you admit that once?
Not gonna happen. No, not gonna happen. Not.
And the reason that that's not going to happen is you were not kidnapped. You were arrested because you stole some shit, allegedly. That's how that works. You commit a crime, you get arrested.
No, Mr. Peltola, I don't even know what you're talking about.
Ma'am, I'll give you my name and prove charges exist. If not, I'll step behind the bar underneath copyright law.
It's just kind of my own personal way of saying I can't actually stand the sight of you.
All right, hold on. I'll call your case and I'll give you the floor.
Just page one.
Just page one, if you would, please. Thank you. All right, people of the state of Michigan versus Drew James Peltola, files 247831 SM and file 247819 SM. Mr. Peltola appears from the Dickinson County Jail.
Counsel at... known as Drew James Peltola appears before you as entity.
Hold on a minute. Just let me Drew Peltola, I'm going to give you an opportunity now to say whatever you want to say. Go ahead.
This should be interesting.
I was trying to get a ride to court this morning. This bond violation.
Wait, sir. I don't want you to talk about the underlying charges. I wanted you to say whatever you wanted to say. I thought you started to say some sovereign citizen information that you wanted to make a record of.
I am an American non-citizen national that's defined in the United States Code. And I do believe that underneath copyright, once my name is copyrighted through the Daily News, once I put that copyright on your paperwork, that's something called copyright impoundment. That means that under Erie Railroad versus Tompkins, the fictitious entity under due process of law does not apply to my sui juris living being.
Wrong.
Well, seeing as how you're not a character in a novel, yeah, you're not allowed to break the law and steal shit just because you think your name is copyrighted.
All right. Is there anything else you'd like to state for the record concerning this issue then, Mr. Peltola?
No, there is not, Your Honor. I would just like to be released again on a PR bond. You have expedition charges. I'm asking the courts to please release me on a PR bond again, and I'll continue to abide by court rules and stay off the drugs and try to maintain my court dates.
And an expedition? Are you going to Antarctica?
All right. In regard to the matter, then, Mr. Peltola, I have an advice of rights and plea, and for the record, I will acknowledge your comments, your objections in respect to the court's jurisdiction and whatnot are noted for the record concerning your position regarding your status with the court. All your rights are preserved. In regard to the matter, did you understand the advice of rights and plea information form as it was then, Mr. Peltola?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
How about the bond violation arraignment hearing form? Did you understand that?
I do not have it in my hands, but I read it, and yes, I fully understand.
All right, it's signed by you today's date. Did you sign it?
Yes, I did. I also Yes, I did, ma'am.
All right, then, in regard to the matter, I also have a waiver of extradition here. I'm going to just go back over what it means to sign one of those. And let me start by saying, so long as you come back to court voluntarily for all your court appearances, this does not become relevant. But if you didn't come back to court, normally you're entitled to what's called an extradition hearing before you are returned to Michigan. And the purpose of an extradition hearing allows you to challenge the legality of your arrest and return to Michigan to fight the underlying charges.
But, Your Honor, he's an American non-national. They're close allies with the group of Moroccans that captured the United States sometime after 1776, but yet nobody seems to know anything about it. But the laws don't apply to him. He's just able to get like free government money and food stamps and shit, but he doesn't have to actually obey the law.
All right, did you wish to be heard on bond then, on the newest bond violation as well as the new underlying charge?
Yes, Your Honor. Actually, the newest bond violation predates the previous bond violation. In discussing this matter with Mr. Peltola, he does have criminal matters pending in Brown County, and there is a court date on Monday in that case.
But how can they be charging him with criminal offenses? Doesn't he have like diplomatic immunity?
It looks like from the lien printout, he may have had some issues either in the past or currently appearing in court. And I'd like to be able to have Mr. Peltola be able to take care of that matter. It looks like it's a more serious matter than the matters in this court. But as I said, that it is interesting that the current bond violation.
The current bond violation is 219.
It was a typo. The corresponding police report to the first bond violation, should be February 11th, so I would have to move to amend that. The bond violation was signed prior to February 22nd, so it would have been the second bond violation we are alleging happened on the 19th.
I'm actually, to be honest with all of you, I'm actually a little shocked that he's been this well behaved thus far. Wonder if that's going to change.
Along with the new offense.
Correct.
All right, anything else on bond then?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Cass, you wish to be heard on bond?
Leave it to your discretion.
All right, concerning the matter then, I have some concerns regarding Mr. Peltola. He seems to be on a spiral. This started with a disorderly drunk on February 4th in a public place. I saw him on February 5th. I set his bond terms. I saw him back on February 12th, with a .236 on a preliminary breath test. I set bond.
.236? That's definitely one or two cocktails.
At that time, on the bond violation and the underlying. And the reason I told him then that I was going to give him the break is that normally I see people in between, they get arraigned, I give them the warning, and then they come back on a bond violation. He had not had the warning in between because he violated his bond so quickly that I saw him all at once. So I told Mr. Peltola at that time that I would set the bond at a 1,000 PR, but understand that if he came back again, he would leave me no opportunity or new choice.
Oh, so you previously released him on a PR bond, which he violated. All right. Do you have the same trust in him again, Your Honor?
So here we are, not even a week later, on February 19th, stealing alcohol from the Norway Quick Stop, involving another bond violation as well as a new underlying charge that I'm free to assume is true for purposes of setting bond. So for purposes of setting bond today, then, for the following reasons, and in regard to his Wisconsin matters, very serious matters, he's got 2 felonies pending in Brown County from 2023. The first one alleges possession of narcotic drugs, a felony, possession of a controlled substance on or near certain places with a modifier, carrying a concealed knife, possession of drug paraphernalia. That case has been pending through for quite some time. And he has a court date for a status conference scheduled for February 26th at 11 a.m. Then, so the date of this offense was filing date of 2/10 of 2023. He's got a filing date of March 15th of 2023 in Brown County. Another felony alleging bail jumping as well as possession of drug paraphernalia.
So what you're saying is that this fine, upstanding diplomat gets around.
Likewise, that has a court date at the same date and the same time as. So in respect to the matter, my point being for purposes of setting bond, Mr. Peltola has some substance abuse issues going on. He's got numerous cases pending in Wisconsin as well as now here. In regard to the matter, Mr. Peltola, I'm going to direct you to talk to your lawyer. I'm setting bond concerning the new theft case. Then the conditions are going to be as follows.
You think at this point, maybe it might be a good idea to make, part of his bond conditions that, he abstain from alcohol or drugs?
Mr. Peltola may not enter into the Norway Quick Stop as a condition of his release. Conditioned on him signing that waiver of extradition, which I do have in the file, I will allow him to go back and forth to Wisconsin for purposes of court hearings and or meeting with his attorney. If
In residency, he lives in Wisconsin.
in residency. No, he lives in Vulcan. Or he says Vulcan. Is that just your
Bracket.
mailing address?
Yes, we can do it like that if you choose to.
Well, where is your residency?
My residency and my domicile is 1960 apartment 13 in Vulcan, Michigan. The address should be in there. It should be bracketed.
Right, and that's apartment 13. You didn't put that on there though. Apartment 13?
Yes, ma'am.
And that's your mailing address though?
Yes, but the problem is that building's not registered anywhere. I had to go to the post office and I had something mailed and they told me that my mail was being returned and because there's no actual mailboxes in the building.
Are you staying at an apartment complex or a crack house, dude?
All right, so I got two issues I need to deal with here. One, do you live in Wisconsin? Do you have to go to Wisconsin for purposes of residency or just your court stuff?
My mailing address, my residency, and my domicile are all registered at my mother's house. There was some unexplained events that I will not say out loud.
I don't know where your mother's house is, Mr. Peltola.
Well, Your Honor, judging by the way he was apparently raised, I'm sure every truck driver going through that town knows where his mom's house is at.
I can't remember that off the top of my head.
All right. So in regard to bond, then condition on him signing a waiver of extradition, I'll allow him to go back and forth between Michigan and Wisconsin for residency, court appearances, meetings with his attorney. In regard to the newest bond violation, then, I'm finding for both of them, actually, I'm going to make a record. Based on the factors the court is required to consider under MCR 6.106, considering the frequency, the charges, the dates that I have mentioned, as well as the ongoing Wisconsin matter, I am finding that to release him on a personal recognizance bond would not adequately ensure public safety.
F&A, Cotton, F&A.
In regard to the bond violation, concerning the matter, then, I am going to set the bond violation at $2,500 cash surety 10%. So, Mr. Peltola.
So you think that a non-refundable 10%, $250 fee that he's going to give to the bondsman is going to ensure that he, A, returns to court when he's supposed to, and B, ensures that he behaves while out in the world before his court dates? Really, Your Honor?
Those bonds are set. If you get out, you make sure to get in touch with your lawyer. If you're in custody, she'll be in touch with you. You may.
Yes. I don't understand how I can tell you that I'm an American national and you can hold me in a county jail under bond, especially today when I was arrested on a larceny under $200. Somebody changed case prefixes and the warrant got dropped to a misdemeanor. And now you're still going to illegally hold me in a county jail under bond?
Yes.
All right, Mr. Peltola, I'm not going to argue with you. Your sovereign citizen has been noted for the record. In regard to the matter, you are under the order of the court. You're under the jurisdiction of the court. I decline to follow what your...
Can I at least tell you, admit I was arrested on a larceny charge that was dropped through a case prefix, UN all incoming evidence? Can I at least have you admit that in the court of law that you guys illegally kidnapped me again with a larceny through John Rod D. Clark, Norway Police Department? Can I just have you admit that once?
No, Mr. Peltola, I don't even know what you're talking about. I will not admit that. Thank you to the jail. We are off the record on this matter.
And another one bites the dust. And again, guys, we have yet to this day, never has one sovereign citizen and their SovCit bullshit been successful in a court of law, because it is just that. It is total bullshit. Anyway, guys, it's Wrangler. I'm out of here. I love y'all. Have a good one.